Hello again. It has been a little while, and honestly, I have not been feeling great, and that is why it has been a little while. But I kind of stumbled onto this book, House of Sky and Breath, and I realized that it just came out. In fact, I stumbled onto it yesterday. Today is the 16th of February, and yesterday was the 15th, which is actually the day that it came out. And it just popped up randomly while I was looking for something completely different. And even though I was actually in the middle, okay, not in the middle, I was a few chapters into another very, very long book. I just kind of felt like picking up this one instead. I don't usually do this, but I don't know, this time I felt like it. So I decided to vlog the experience, especially since it just came out, and I don't think that there are going to be a lot of reviews when I actually finish this vlog. So I figured that some of you might find it interesting or helpful to kind of see my reading experience and my review and my thoughts and my feelings about this book. I should mention though that I definitely was not a fan of the first book in this trilogy, and my experience with this author have kind of been mixed, but I did really enjoy her Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy, but only the trilogy. I really disliked her latest work in that world. As I mentioned, I didn't really like the first book in the Crescent City series, but I'm still going to read the second one just because, well, as I said, I felt like it popped up for me randomly, and it was kind of a whim. Also, I do want to give this author a shot because I did enjoy some of her previous work, if not all. Oh, and also I know that this is a highly anticipated book for a lot of people. I guess I just wanted to have my review out there and my reading experience in case anyone finds it useful. Now, in case you don't know, these books are actually set in a fantasy world where there are all sorts of mythological creatures living among regular humans in what, as I understand it, is around the modern time frame, like people have cell phones and things like that. But in this world, humans are not treated very well at all. They're kind of considered second-class citizens, and a lot of the other races are a lot more powerful, so they can kind of get away with treating humans not that well. And our main characters are Bryce and Hunt. Well, mostly Bryce, who is a half-human, half-fae character. This author really likes to write about fae characters. Because she did have fairies in both of her previous series. So, anyways, our main character is half human and half fae, and her love interest, because yes, this is to a large extent a romance, is an angel with also some special powers. And they have to save the world from evil and darkness and etc. So, a fairly simple plot. Why I didn't like the first one was because I really disliked the main character, but I did think that she was getting much better towards the end of the first book, so hopefully that's not going to be an issue for me for the second book. Another reason, I felt like it was off to a really slow start after some initial action, and I really didn't enjoy that. But again, I'm willing to give the second book a shot and see how it goes. Plus, sometimes it just takes an author a little bit longer to get going with a new series, so hopefully things will be better in the second book. Now, I don't actually remember a lot about the first one, so I really hope that there would be a short summary when I jumped into the second book, because otherwise I was afraid that I would be a little bit lost, and there was no way that I was actually going to read the first book. And I did actually start reading this book last night. I read the prologue and like half of the first chapter, so not much. I think there are like 70 chapters in this book. It's a fairly long book, and so far I'm actually enjoying it. We're definitely in the introductory portion, but I do like it to an extent. There are a few things I don't like about the writing, but it's okay. I'm willing to give this book a shot, and again, I read just a minuscule amount before I actually started this vlog. So I'm going to read like 99% of this book during this vlog and let you know how I feel about it as I do. It's probably going to take me about a week, just judging by the length of the book and my reading speed, but we will see. So this is probably going to be a week-long vlog with me reading this book throughout the week. I should mention that it is actually Wednesday, So I expect to be done sometime around Wednesday next week. My plans for today are to read a little bit more. I am done with work. It is actually around 5:30, I think. And the light is definitely fading, so I try to get as much light as possible. I'm sitting in my bedroom with the window on my right, so hopefully I did manage to get some light. Anyways, it's 5:30. My plan for today is to get a little bit more reading, probably have some dinner. We have some leftover pizza that I'm really looking forward to because pizza, yum. I don't have pizza very often. Ooh, and I'm also going to be redoing my nails, and I do also have the audiobook version of the book, so while I'm going to be doing some of the chores that I have to get through today, I will actually be listening to the audiobook and kind of getting more reading done. And that is pretty much it for the moment. I don't really have any more thoughts about the book at the moment because I barely read any of it, but I will definitely have more thoughts when I get more reading done, either later tonight or tomorrow, and I will update you when I do. Hello, it is the next day, Thursday morning. Let me just prop myself up on the pillows a bit better. So, it is the next morning, and I actually got a significant amount of reading done last night. Some of it was while I was listening to the audiobook while doing my nails, which I did do, but a lot of it was actually right before I went to bed. I actually do a lot of my reading right before I go to bed because it kind of helps me to relax and sleep better. And I have to say, I actually really enjoy what I've been reading so far. It's not like amazing or anything, and it's not like I must continue reading and I can't put the book down, but I'm having fun. A surprising amount of fun considering that I didn't like the previous book as much. And yes, I did just wake up, so my hair is a mess and, all that. I'm actually going to jump in the shower right after I film this little update, but I did want to update you while things are more or less fresh in my mind. I'm enjoying the plot. Things are actually happening. The characters are, I find, more likable than they were in the previous book, and we do have a few more characters added in that are, at the very least, intriguing. I don't really like the author's writing. I think that it's just not very good, but it's not actually bad enough to take me out of the story, so I'm okay with it. Like, there's a lot of repetition. She uses some very cheesy phrases that I kind of find not very well written, but again, I'm okay with it, and this is just my opinion. Your opinion might be completely different. Maybe you will love her writing in this book. Really like how she's already tying the prologue into the plot in a much more interesting way than I thought she would be. Just because, I don't know, I was expecting the prologue to kind of be slightly related to the story, to kind of set things up, but not to kind of tie into it so directly and fairly early on. I'm currently on chapter 19, so that means that I've read about a quarter of the book, something like that. So I think that so far it's a good sign that I'm actually having fun with it. Hopefully I will get more sucked into the story as it progresses, but already I'm kind of seeing hints of a much larger overall conflict. Honestly, the biggest reason why I'm not enjoying the book as much as I could be is that I just don't really care about any of the characters. Like, I don't want them to die or anything, but I don't really care that much if they do. So even though I am actually intrigued by the plot, it makes me not enjoy the book as much as if I had actually really cared about at least some of the characters. I'm still excited to keep reading, and so far it's actually going pretty well. Probably it's heading towards a 3-star-ish rating at the moment for me. That was pretty much it for my quick little update. my plan for today is to, well, jump in the shower right after I finish this, get some work done, do some chores, which I really need to do, like laundry. Oh my gosh, I have so much laundry to do. But I also feel like I really need to take a walk today because one of my goals for 2022 was to take more walks and spend more time outside because it always makes me feel better. And I have been slacking. I have not been doing that nearly as much as I should be. Plus, I feel like if I want to enjoy the snow that we currently have that makes things look kind of beautiful in a very wintry way, I should really get on that because last night it rained like half of the night and there is still snow on the ground. I can see it from my window, but I'm afraid that it's going to start melting soon unless we get more in the near future. It's actually surprisingly early for snow to start melting here, but we've been having some odd weather this year. That is pretty much everything that I had to tell you at the moment, and I will update you later in the day when I get some more reading done. Hello again. It is later the same day. It is afternoon now. It's like 5, I think, and I am hungry. So I'm going to get myself some more of that leftover pizza, but before I do, I wanted to give you a quick little update on my reading situation because I did actually manage to get some more reading done. I read a couple more chapters and I'm actually enjoying the book even more now. The plot is definitely progressing at a nice pace and I like it. I like the new characters that are introduced. I like the hint of intrigue, and I'm definitely curious where this is going to go. So things are actually going pretty well in that sense. I am definitely enjoying the book. So I'm on chapter 25 now, which I believe I was on chapter 19 when I last talked to you. Those chapters were not spent in vain. The author really did use them to progress the plot. I think I'm going to read a little bit more tonight, but before I get to that, there is actually a little bit of hail outside, I think. I can hear it kind of pattering against the window, as well as the neighbor's dog barking. Sorry about that. So my plan for the rest of the evening is to get a little bit more reading done. Depending on how I'm feeling, I might get more or less reading done. I did already read a good chunk today, for me at least, because I tend to only read maybe like an hour or two in a day, and I'm pretty sure that I already spent that amount of time reading today, so I might not get too much reading done. Also, that really depends on my significant other and whether or not he's going to want to watch some series with me. We're currently watching Chuck. It's a comedy action series which we're having a lot of fun with and we are definitely enjoying, although I don't think that we will ever be watching it again, so it's not like that good. I think we've seen Friends, well, I've seen Friends, which, in case you don't know, is a very funny sitcom. I've seen it twice and I might one day see it a third time, and my significant other has seen it like 5 times by now. So Chuck is definitely not as funny as Friends, but it's still a lot of fun and it's sweet, and if you are going to watch it though, I do recommend that you watch, more than the first season if you can bear it. I mean, if you're enjoying it to some extent, because I did find that it got much better starting with the second season. Depending on whether or not I'm going to be watching that with my significant other, I may or may not get that much reading done. If I do, I will of course update you on what I read, and if I don't, then I'll see you tomorrow, because I'm still going to do my little bedtime reading, because it does help me to fall asleep. So I will still have something to update you on in terms of this book tomorrow morning. And for now, I am really hungry, so I'm going to go reheat that pizza. So I've pretty much placed the pizza in the oven, but now I'm just adding a few slices of cheese to it, just because it is second day pizza, so I think that some extra cheese is going to make it taste better. And while I'm waiting for my pizza to cook, I'm going to be starting this bubble tea. And this is strawberry passion bubble tea. So it's a tea with strawberry and passion fruit. And I really, really love bubble tea. It's my favorite dessert, food, drink, I don't know what to call it. Whatever it is, it's my favorite out of all of these things. and I am feeling a little bit down today. I have a pretty strong headache, which is kind of to be expected because I did check the weather forecast and they did say that sinus headaches are going to be flaring up today, and I'm definitely feeling that. So I wanted to get myself something that will make me happy, and this never fails to do the trick. So I'm going to start enjoying that before my food. Probably I should wait until after I've eaten to start something sweet, but I'm not going to because I just will not be able to contain myself. I'm going to be starting that, and actually while I do wait for the pizza to reheat, because I am reheating it in the oven so it's going to take a little while, I'm going to get some more reading done. So this is the final result and I can't wait. Looks amazing. And I love cheese, so the more the merrier. It is the next day, and it is actually around lunchtime, so I'm going to have lunch very, very soon. I kind of jumped right into work this morning, so I didn't really get anything done. Like, I haven't even showered yet. I'm actually going to grab a quick bite, and then I'm going to kind of shower and pull myself together, now that I did the things that I had to do most urgently. And I did get some reading done last night, which is what I'm going to update you on. I'm actually going through this book much faster than I thought I would be. That might be because I kind of want to share my experience with you. So possibly it's because of this vlog, but maybe it's because I'm enjoying it. Or maybe it's just because I didn't feel so great last night, so I ended up not going for a walk or doing any of the chores that I said that I kind of had to do, and just kind of lying on the couch and reading instead. Which is good as well, because even though I had a whole bunch of things to do, I enjoyed myself a lot more in the end. And I am still enjoying the book. I'm still enjoying the plot. It is still progressing at a decent pace. There's action, but I like that there's some kind of lulls in between the action scenes. And I am enjoying the characters. I especially like a lot of the side characters though, more than I like the main character, which is Bryce. So the main couple is Bryce and Hunt, and Bryce is partially Fae, and she is super uber special and has some uber special powers. And Hunt is an angel, and he also is one of the more powerful angels. So yeah, I just don't really like them as characters, but I am enjoying a lot of the side characters. For example, I really like Rune, Bryce's brother. I think he's a much more interesting character. And he does have a kind of darker background, which to me makes him kind of interesting, because I do like that in a character in a book. I'm enjoying the book, I'm enjoying the characters. It's still not amazing, and I don't think I will be rereading it, but I'm not disappointed that I picked it up to read to begin with. Also, there are definitely a lot of hints on what might be happening later, and the scale of things that might be happening seems like it's kind of growing. So I am definitely interested to find out how that is going to progress. Oh, I forgot to mention that I'm almost a third of the way into the book now, so I did actually get quite a lot more reading done than I thought I would. And that is it for now. I am going to eat, jump in the shower, and update you probably later in the evening when I do get some more reading done, because I also need to go grocery shopping, and obviously I can't really read while I'm doing that. So I don't anticipate that I'll be able to read until the evening. Ordered some takeout, which I don't actually do that much of, but lately I've been getting more just because I haven't been feeling that well and I really didn't want to cook. Not that I'm like a good cook or anything, I only cook very, very simple things, but it still takes me a while. I'm definitely not that great at it, and I don't especially enjoy it, except on rare occasions when I feel like it, so takeout is something that makes me feel much better, especially when I am not feeling that great to begin with. So, takeout it is, and today I'm actually going to be trying curry from a place that I've had only rice noodles and rice from in the past, so I'm really excited to see how I feel about that. Hi again. It is much later in the day. It's like close to 9 p.m. and I'm back from grocery shopping, although I didn't get everything I needed to. I just got way too tired, and because I got so tired, I decided to treat myself again on the way home. And I got myself and my significant other a banana split. Now, this is actually my first banana split. I've never had one before, so I am really, really excited to try it. I've been curious about them for years, just kind of never got around to getting one. And I decided to have it, especially since I did have a buy one, get one free coupon for, well, a banana split. So I'm really excited about that. And my plan for the evening is pretty much to sit, read, have my banana split, maybe a glass of wine, which I will think about, and possibly watch some more comedy series with my significant other. And yes, that is a Christmas tree behind me in February, and it is still up because both me and my significant other just really love the look of a Christmas tree. It just makes us both feel really happy. So we usually keep it up for at least a few months past Christmas, and afterwards we kind of see how we feel about it. But it is still up and it is still making us happy, so yeah, that is why it is behind me. I did get a little bit of reading done, even though I said I probably wouldn't. I managed a little bit. So I am now on chapter 33, and I still have pretty much the same feelings I had about the book earlier. I'm enjoying the action, not so much the writing, and enjoying the side characters, but not so much the main characters. So things are pretty much the same. But I'm definitely going to be getting a lot more reading done tonight, and I'll tell you about it tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning is going to be a more significant reading update. And good night for now. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday morning, and I am really excited about today because it snowed again, so everything is covered in a beautiful layer of snow, including the trees, and it's so gorgeous. And I'm actually going to go for a short walk slash hike out in nature today, and I am so excited to see all of those beautiful snowy landscapes because I don't really go out in winter that much, and I feel like I should be doing it more because this year I've really started to appreciate the beauty of winter a lot more than I used to. It really is beautiful. It's kind of harsh and a little bit gloomy sometimes, but gorgeous nonetheless. So I'm really excited to be going for that hike slash walk. So I don't think that I'll be doing a lot of reading during the day, but I'll definitely be reading a lot in the evening as usual. And I did get quite a bit more reading done last night. So I am now on chapter 42, and I'm actually nearing the last third of the book, so I'm almost 2/3 of the way through it. And I have to say, I'm still having a lot of fun with it. I'm definitely enjoying it quite a bit. I really like how the plot is progressing. I really like all of the elements of the rebellion of humans against supernatural creatures and the supernatural creatures that are kind of helping them. I really like how the prologue is such an important part of the story, an unexpectedly important part actually. I'm also really enjoying the side characters. In particular, I'm enjoying all of the agents of the rebellion, and I really like how, again, we saw one of them in the prologue and how that person ties into the rest of the book. But my personal favorite is actually Agent Daybright, and we don't really know who that is yet, and I'm really curious. I have quite a few theories, but I don't really know who it could be, so we will see. And honestly, I'm impressed that I am that invested in the book at this point, just because of the side characters, because I still don't really like the main characters. So if you liked the side characters from the previous book, a lot of them do make an appearance again and are an important part of the story. So you might like this one as well. And now it is time for me to get going because I do want to get ready while it's still light. It does still get dark pretty early these days. So I'm going to jump at the shower, I'm going to get some food, and I am going to go for that beautiful hike. And I will talk to you in the evening.
Through the fields of our past, feelings part our ways, keeping us close but estranged now. dreams holding us closer. Meadows of our youth, 107 days, but recalling it backwards. Our dreams holding us closer. Ooh, we can see so clear. Ooh, we can see so clear. Blue, and you are shades of gray, living day to day. Even when we're free, it's true. The difference is the same. The colors always change, but the song is the same now. In June, lifting us higher. Ooh, we can see so clear.
Hello again. It is the next day, and I didn't get that much reading done yesterday just because, well, it was quite a busy day. A fairly long day, honestly, but a really, really good one. I really, really enjoyed it. It was great. I really love how everything looks with a kind of coating of snow on it. And today is actually going to be another really fun day that I'm really looking forward to because today it is warm enough finally to build a snowman, because apparently you need a very specific temperature to build a snowman. It has to be above 0, but not so warm that the snow just melts completely, just warm enough for it to stick. And I've been trying to find a perfect day to build a snowman for ages, and today is finally that day. So it is happening. I'm going to build a snowman, and that is something that has been on my winter bucket list for, well, the entire season. So I'm really, really excited about that. I even have a carrot and a few pebbles for the eyes, so yeah, it's gonna be great. As for the reading, I did not get much reading done. I am currently on chapter 47, so I don't remember what chapter I was on when we last talked. I think maybe it was chapter 44. Anyways, I'm on chapter 47 right now. I'm still enjoying the book to some extent. It has slowed down a little bit, and there are some very cringeworthy sex scenes, at least for me. I personally don't enjoy the way the author writes her sex scenes, but I know a lot of people do, so, you know, this is just my personal opinion. But they don't really bother me that much, and I'm still interested in the plot. But again, I've only read a few chapters, so there isn't really much progress in terms of the plot, so I don't really have much to update you on when it comes to that. I don't know how much reading I'll be able to get done today because it is going to be another busy day with the snowman and all. I'm also going to be spending a good chunk of it with my parents, and we're kind of gonna hang out, we're gonna spend some time together. So again, that's not really going to be time when I can do any sort of reading, but I will be doing a little bit of reading tonight. And if I do get any reading done earlier, I will update you in the evening, and if not, then I will update you again tomorrow on whatever progress I make. Good evening. I am exhausted and it is later the same day, but the day was great. I really enjoyed it. We made that snowman that I was really excited about, and I actually put a scarf around him, which I've been looking forward to for a while. We even went for a short little hike afterwards, so that was great as well. I'm really happy that I actually went for a hike the day before because I got to see the snow and its kind of full winter wonderland glory, but because it is warmer today, it's actually already starting to melt quite a bit, so that was lovely to see as well, like a different incarnation of winter, closer to the springtime. I don't know if it's going to freeze again. It is supposed to get colder, so I guess we'll see, but I was really happy that I got to see that as well. And other than that, I surprisingly did manage to get some reading done. I am now on chapter 52. And honestly, I'm actually getting a little bit tired of the book. I was enjoying the plot so far because I thought that it was building up to this like huge epic conclusion, and I don't know if it will be. I guess we'll see, but I really was hoping that it would pick up the pace by now, and so far it hasn't, and I have about a quarter of the book left, so I don't have as much hope that it will, or that it is actually building up to this huge epic conclusion. But I guess we'll see. Maybe it's just taking a bit longer to get there. And it is actually pretty late already. It's currently 9 p.m. So I am going to get a little bit of reading done, maybe watch an episode of a sitcom, maybe not. And that is going to be pretty much it for me for tonight because I am exhausted. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hello again. It is actually not the next day, but the day after, so it's not Monday, but Tuesday. And I did not film any updates on Monday because I had a really bad migraine and I couldn't really do much. Well, I could do some things, but not much, and I definitely was not feeling well enough to film. But I did finish the book. Most of it was by listening to the audiobook because reading is also very difficult for me when I have a migraine, but I did finish it. So I do have that to update you on as well as my review. I also actually did my nails, which you probably would have seen in the clips that I showed you, and I tried making dehydrated bananas. And I don't have a dehydrator, so I tried making them in my oven, and it was okay. The experience was not bad. I definitely burnt a bunch of them, and if I was to ever make them again, I kind of know what to look for now. So I think the problem was that the back of my oven has a lot more heat than the front, so the ones in the back burnt, while the ones in the front are, well, properly dehydrated. So next time I'll just take out the ones in the back earlier. Other than that, they were really, really tasty. By the way, dehydrated bananas are one of my favorite healthy snacks, and it turns out that they're surprisingly easy to make. So if you're ever curious, all you have to do is cut the bananas in half, place them on a tray, and stick them in your oven at the lowest possible temperature. And it takes like 6 to 8 hours. That is it. Now let's get to the most important part of this update, which is the book. I have very mixed feelings about it. I am definitely disappointed about some aspects of the book, like the fact that there wasn't really a huge epic battle. There was definitely some action at the end of the book, but it wasn't as big or important as what was happening in book 1. And in book 1, pretty much the only part that I really enjoyed was the very last part, where this huge confrontation was taking place. And unfortunately, book 2 didn't have it, which is very disappointing. I think that the book did a very good job of kind of mounting tension, but once you reach a certain point, instead of like going all the way over the top and crashing down in some epic scene and then just kind of plateauing off at the epilogue, well, I feel like we went here, and then we're here, and the author then kind of left things here for us to get this part in the next book. And I don't really like that. I am not a fan of cliffhangers. Having said that, I do believe that the cliffhanger was one of the most interesting parts of this particular book, just because of what happened in it. And I am really, really curious where the author is going to kind of take things from now. So that definitely made me want to read the next book a lot more. Other than that, nothing has really changed. I still really dislike the main characters, and I really felt that throughout the book they were very judgy in terms of other people and their kind of misdeeds, considering how many bad things Hunt in particular did, but those are just my feelings, and you might love them. I did really enjoy the side characters though, and that still hasn't changed. So, to sum up, I think that I'm going to give this book 3 fairly generous stars. Do I regret reading it? No, I don't. I had fun, I enjoyed it. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't terrible. Do I recommend it though? Well, that really depends on how you felt about the first book. If you had similar feelings to me, then I do recommend reading the second book, because some areas have definitely improved, although some have not. If you really enjoyed the first book, then I do think that you will enjoy the second one as well. If, on the other hand, you really, really hated the first one, then I don't actually recommend reading the second one, just because I don't think that there was such a huge improvement in it, and again, it actually became worse in some aspects, in my opinion. And that is my little review and the ending of this vlog. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I really hope that you found my review useful. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in my next video. Be you, always. Bye!